Hey guys, Matt here. So today we're going to talk about a subject that a lot of you are probably familiar with, but maybe some of you aren't as familiar with. Today we're going to talk about EDC, or everyday carry, and we're just going to talk about what I carry in my EDC. So for those of you who are new to the idea of everyday carry is simply what you carry when you walk out of the house. If you're going to your work, grocery shopping, you're going to church, you're going to temple, wherever you're going, that's what you're carrying. That is your everyday carry. You know, that's what you're going to be found with in your pockets, in your bag, whatever, when you're stepping out your front door. So today we're going to talk about what I carry personally. And some of the things that I carry may be great for you. They may work really well for you. Some of the things that I carry may not work really well for you. It just depends on your situation, what you do for a living, where you live, you know, the legalities of the jurisdictions that you live in. So the gear items that I'm going to show you, I do wholeheartedly recommend, and I'll talk about them briefly, but what I'm carrying, the gear itself, may not work well for you, or it may be unnecessary. It just depends on your situation. So that's what EDC is, and let's get into what I carry every day. So we're going to start with the more boring things, I think. So today, I'm actually just going to start with my cell phone. This is a Moto G7 Power. It has a very, very large camera, or large battery in it, and it lasts like 2 days. It's awesome. It's a cheap phone, but I go through phones really quickly. So I just have a Moto. I can't stand Apple products. I refuse to use them. My wife loves them. So I'm an Android and a PC kind of guy. Anyway, the next thing I carry is my wallet. Right now I'm carrying it in my back pocket, and I'm using a bifold wallet. Sometimes I'll switch to having a single wallet, and with like just a couple of slots that I put in my front pocket. I kind of go back and forth between those two things. Okay, the next thing that I carry is a pen. A lot of people who carry writing utensils like pens or pencils or markers or whatever, they know why. It's because no one seems to have one, and that's like the main thing that everyone's always asking for. Oh, I need a pen. You know, whether you're writing a tip for a waiter, or you just need to write something down in your hand or in a notebook or anything like that. A pen or a writing utensil is super useful, and that's one of those things that wherever you live, you can carry a pen, you can carry a marker or a pencil or whatever. You know, you can carry a writing utensil. So these are one of the things that I can really, really recommend that you carry. Be that guy who has the pen or pencil, who can write down the tip, who can help someone out. You know, it's always exciting when you have something that everyone needs, and it's just nice being useful and nice being helpful. And I think a lot of people who carry these EDC items would agree with me. When someone uses the thing that you have, you're like, yeah, that's why I carry it. And it kind of makes you feel good that you can be helpful in that way. So the next thing that I carry is a flashlight. And this is a Streamlight Micro Stream. I love this light to death. It is so lightweight. You can see how small it is in comparison to my hand. I do have large hands. But you can see how small it is. It is so lightweight. It's an aluminum body. It takes one AAA battery. It's extremely bright. I don't know the lumens on it. I want to say it's like 70 or 80. It's very bright for its size. It doesn't last as long as other lights because it's AAA. I don't mind that. I just throw another AAA in there. One thing I really do like about this is the clip on that. You can see how it kind of comes back around. That's meant to go on a like a baseball hat, and you can set that on there and then have a like a headlamp, which is really, really cool and really, really useful. And I've used that a ton, especially like camping and stuff. So I do carry a flashlight, and next to my pen, I think I use the flashlight probably the most out of all the things that I carry, mostly because the area I work in, there's a lot of dark hallways and stuff like that, and there's a lot of dark stairwells, and I kind of have to walk up and down them without having to turn on the lights, and I'm always just grabbing my flashlight and pointing that in the direction I'm going. So flashlight, super useful. Maybe you would hardly use that. That's totally cool. I did it, but you can get really high quality flashlights for great prices now. You know, you can spend $10 on like a Coast flashlight, and it can be super, super useful, super lightweight, and it's not taking up too much pocket space, just about as much as a pen would. And you know, if you're going out later on at night, it's great to have a flashlight. Even I wish I should have it. You know what? I'm going to cut this video and be right back and show you another Streamlight product. So the other Streamlight product that I just had to go get because I forgot it in my closet was this little Streamlight Nano light. And this thing is awesome. You can see how small it is. I mean, let's just compare it to the other flashlight. I mean, it is micro. You know, it's like one knuckle on your finger. You know, but it is quite bright. You know, it's very bright. It can illuminate a lot for how small it is. And usually people will just put these on their keychain. And it'll hang out right there. It's a fantastic light. So if you like the idea of carrying a light, but you don't want anything in your pockets, this would be fantastic to go on your keychain. You can see I've used it quite a bit. It's very durable. So I carry a light. I think it's great to carry a light, and I really, really recommend that people do that. What I was talking about earlier with like the Coast lights, this is a Coast G20. I think this is like 10 bucks at Walmart. Now this is an inspection beam, which means, see if you can see this. Yeah, you can see that the flashlight, it doesn't create like a wide beam, so it's very focused. It still will illuminate things though quite well. So carry a flashlight. I do recommend that. That's like one of those other things that, like a pen, there's not going to be many places I think that mind that you carry a flashlight. You know, it's not a weapon. It's a utility tool strictly. So I do recommend that. Next, let's get into the next thing I carry. So I also carry a multi-tool. And this is the Gerber mini suspension. I like this multi-tool a lot because it's just on the cusp of being large enough that it can handle certain heavier duty tasks, but also small enough to where it can comfortably be on my keychain. So I really, really like this one. It's a super inexpensive multi-tool. And this primarily I'm using, things like the Phillips head screwdriver, things like, the flathead screwdriver. There are some tweezers on this blade actually, and they connect to the multi-tool itself, which is super cool. So I carry a multi-tool, and I use this relatively often actually. There are other multi-tools that I've carried. I've carried this Gerber dime before. This is a great one. Again, you can kind of see the size comparison. It's a little bit bigger, and the Leatherman Squirt, this one's going to be a little bit bigger. It can handle more tasks, but it's not going to be so much more heavy to where it's encumbering, which is like the exact size of what I was wanting, and that's what I carry. You got my keys, my gym pants, all that stuff. Sometimes, occasionally, I will carry something like this Leatherman Sidekick, and this is really the only full-size multi-tool I have. Usually, I'll opt for carrying something else than this because I don't utilize like the heavy-duty factors of this multi-tool, even though it's not like a full heavy-duty multi-tool like others would be. So sorry guys, I'm getting a call. Let me mute that real quick. So I do carry a multi-tool, and that I believe in a lot of jurisdictions, even where people don't like you having knives, something like this multi-tool where the knife isn't a lock back, would probably be legal for you to carry. I know there are some places that probably it still wouldn't be, and for those people who live there, I feel sorry for you, but that's the way of the world. So let's get into the next thing that I carry. Now, some of you guys are going to make fun of me relentlessly for this. That's okay. I've put a lot of thought into what I carry, and I'm very realistic about when I wake up, when I'm heading to work or to Kroger or to, Best Buy or wherever, what am I actually going to carry? What am I actually going to put on my belt or in my pockets? And so as someone who I believe in the Second Amendment, I really support it. I am a firearms owner. I own firearms more for utility than I do like I do knives. As you know, I like knives. I like having a lot, and sure they serve utilities, but they're more for enjoyment. But I've put a lot of thought in trial and error into what I carry, and having a concealed carry permit here in the state of Tennessee, I carry a North American Arms mini revolver. A lot of you guys are going to make fun of me a lot for this, and hopefully we can get the camera to refocus again. There we go. Because a lot of you might carry like a Glock 19. You might carry a Smith & Wesson M&P. You might carry, a full size. Some of you guys carry like 10 millimeter or 45 or something like that. And if you can do that and carry that comfortably and do it all the time, totally cool. Do whatever works for you. But I have gone through the paces of deciding to not carry a 9mm, then deciding to not carry a 380. And where I have landed is a 22 Magnum. 22 Magnum, I don't know a ton about firearms. I know it's a decent caliber. So I know that 22 Magnum, it's not going to be as effective as a lot of other calibers, and that's totally cool. But this is what I will carry every day. And I have this holster, and this holster is designed to be carried. I carry this right at my appendix. So, it's right in front of where my belt buckles, and my shirt just kind of hangs over this. And this belt, you can kind of, I'm going to try and not point it at the camera. You can kind of see that belt loop, it loops through there. And so I carry it like this right on my belt, and it's very easily accessible. So this is a 5-shot mini revolver, and it's single action. No, it's not the most accurate firearm. Yes, it does kick in your hand, but it's not as inaccurate as some people might think. And it actually is a really cool gun to carry. And here soon, I'm going to grab a little ammo pouch, and I'm going to be able to carry a few more rounds. So not that reloading it would be realistic, but 5 rounds of 22 Magnum. I personally wouldn't want to get hit to the chest by that. But this is the firearm that I carry. If you carry a bigger one, that's totally cool. If you don't carry one and that's like a decision that you've decided, that's totally cool. A lot of areas might not be legal to carry a firearm. So anyway, that is the gun that I carry. Also, I want to give a shout out to this holster. This is Double J Ranch leather. And this holster, I got it on eBay, and it is awesome. It's super high quality. It's handmade. I believe this dude just hand stitches them, and it is fantastic leather. High quality. It's great. So if you want a holster to carry your North American Arms revolvers, pick one of these up because they're fantastic. So now we're gonna get on to my favorite part. So guys, this is mostly a knife channel. So we're talking about, what do I EDC with my knives? So you'd be surprised to know that I don't carry like 12 knives on me at all times. I know some people who carry like 5 or 6 knives, and as much as I'd like to do that just to do that for the fun of it, to be able to say I carry this many knives and show them to everyone, I usually carry just 1 or 2 knives on me at a time. So I'll kind of show you. I'm usually wearing jeans just like this, and usually I have one right here, my pen right here, and then I'll carry another knife up here, which is actually where I used to carry that mini revolver. So what I'll usually carry is, say, something like this. This is the Benchmade Crooked River. You guys know this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite knife of all time, my favorite all-time folding knife. My wife just walked out the door. I'll carry that in the front pocket, and then I might carry something just a little bit smaller in that smaller pocket on the jeans, something like this Kershaw Leak. And that's super lightweight and easy to carry, or something smaller like this Kershaw Blur. So I like to carry 1 or 2 knives. Now, if I'm wearing like khaki shorts, which I do a lot during the summer, I'll only carry 1 knife, and I'll carry a knife that's in between size. I might carry this Benchmade Crooked River, but I might carry this Cold Steel Code 4 3.5-inch blade. It's a good balance between the two. And it definitely could be used to defend yourself if I ever had to do that. God forbid that ever happened, because I wouldn't know what I was doing. So, I carry, kind of whatever I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll even throw this in that smaller pocket, even though it's super heavy, this Buck 110. It's just fun to have, and it really is still a good utility knife. So I'll carry a couple of different knives usually, along with all my other stuff. And rarely I will carry a small fixed blade, primarily just this one. There's only a few small fixed blades that I would ever carry, but this is the one I've settled on, and I actually have carried this quite a bit. The thing is I carry this now where I used to carry where I now carry my firearm. So I'd have to find an area for this. So I've just looped, this is the Cold Steel Mini Tac Bowie. Super lightweight, 2.5 millimeters, fantastic knife. Really simple 8CR13 MOV steel, but I've just looped some paracord around there, and I would carry this again in the same spot that I would carry my firearm. So if I ever carried this recently, I would have to carry it somewhere else. So I know a lot of people who do like to carry small fixed blades, and I now, after carrying this, see why, because it's super lightweight, it's super unencumbering, and it's one of those things where you're not worried about getting things in your pivot. You're not worried about dirtying up a nice knife, especially if it's a more inexpensive knife. So I do love to carry kind of more knives. Sometimes I will carry 3, sometimes I'll carry more, just depending on the situation. But usually I'm just carrying 2 knives. one that's a little bit smaller that can do the more fine detail work if I'm ever doing anything like that, and then maybe another big one for the bigger work that I might have to do, the heavier duty stuff, or if I ever had to use that as a defensive weapon. So guys, let me know what you carry in your EDC. You can make fun of me relentlessly in the comments. That's totally okay. I get it. A lot of you guys carry bigger guns and bigger knives and all that stuff. But let me know what you carry in your EDC. What I've decided to carry is just something I found through trial and error, and I'm really digging right now. It might change in the future. It probably will. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.